Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
What's happening, everybody? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. This is your boy, Jay Moore, the healthy accountant, helping you to account for your life. And today, how to prosper in 2023. Yes, man, 2023 is right upon us. We've got we got just over a week left in 2021. I said 21. Wow, 2022. So today we're just going to unpack. We're going to unpack some biblical secrets, guys. Biblical secrets, right? The blueprint for life. We're going to unpack some secrets that's been sitting right in plain sight and how we can use them to prosper in 2023. I was sitting down with my son Jacob this morning, and so I was reading, and I read from the text that we're going to talk about today, and so there was a word in there that I said, "Hey, do you know what that word means?" And the word was prosper. I said, "Do you know what prosper means?" He says, "I think so." So I said, "Well, take a stab at it." He says, "Well, I don't know, when things come to think." I think he said when things come to you, or you benefit from something. That's what he said. Oh, when you benefit from something. I was just like, that's close. I said, yeah, kind of. I said, but typically when people use prosper in a sentence, that's really saying money. That's really saying riches, right? So if that's what that means, I says, wow. So how do we prosper in 2023? I got a couple texts that we're going to talk about today, but the main one is the one that we read, and then we're going to unpack. We're going to unpack what we must do, guys, because if we don't do it, then it won't work, and prosperity will elude us, because that's what I'm seeking. I'm seeking prosperity. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm seeking. So we're going to turn to the Word of God. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to share that with you so that you can see it on my screen. Share screen. Look at that. Share the screen. And we're going to hook this up real quick. All right. We're going to share the screen. And we're in Psalms 1. I'm going to make that bigger so that it's big on my end, and that I can read it. All right, Psalms 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. That is the word we're looking for. So look, those first 3 verses told us what to do in order to prosper. Now, here's how you won't prosper in 2023. I'm going to keep reading. The ungodly are not so, which means the ungodly will not prosper, but are like the chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous. I love this. The Lord knoweth the way of the righteous and where we must go, but the way of the ungodly will perish. Psalms 1. That is our beautiful text for today. And so let's look at what Psalms 1 is really telling us. It's saying, look, you will prosper first because you are blessed, right? And if you are blessed, are you blessed? Do you feel like God has blessed you in 2022? And if you feel like God has blessed you in 2020, let me know. Put that in the chat for me, because I'd like to know who else was blessed. I have been blessed tremendously. I was in my meditation this morning because I was just thinking and thanking God for blessings. And I was just, so many people have blessed me. God has blessed me in so many ways, and so many people have come into my life, and so many things have happened positively in my life that I said, God, but there's no way I could find all the blessings. But the ones that I found, and I couldn't even find everything. I says, whoa, man, look at how blessed I am. How blessed are you? So the Psalms, in Psalms 1, if you just missed it, we just read Psalms 1. And we're talking about how to be prosperous in 2023. How will you be prosperous? The first thing is to recognize that you are blessed. That's the first thing. So once we recognize we are blessed, then we go into, okay, how do I stay blessed? And how do I prosper? All right, so I wrote these down. We're not going to read from the text anymore because I wanted to paraphrase it into a language that we can understand. What I wrote down was this. It says, the blessed person does not hang with the wrong people. The blessed person does not hang with the wrong people. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't spread the good news to people. When that happens, it doesn't mean you shouldn't share the good news with certain types of people. What that means is you should not, if you're looking to be prosperous, we should be hanging around other people who are thinking blessed and are also moving towards this prosperity that we're moving towards. Because what if someone's not moving towards the same type of prosperity that you're moving towards? Not saying, like I said, this is not about not hanging with them. It's about, okay, how can we get on the same page then? Now, in the word, it says ungodly. So these people may not be ungodly. Our friends and our family may not be ungodly. So we want to bring them onto the same page. But in the word, it says, don't hang with ungodly people. So that just means we have to stay focused on what it is that we're doing. All right. So number 2, it says we got to love God's law. We got to love God's law to the point where we will meditate, we will think about it, we will read it, we will do it all day, every day. Jada, does that mean I have to read the Bible all day, every day? No, it doesn't mean that. It says really meditate on it. In Joshua 1:8, it says keep the book of the law on your lips, meditate on it day and night. Then it says, do what it says. So think about this. You could meditate all day long on the word of God. You could literally be speaking it. You could literally be keeping it in your mouth. But if I don't do what the word of God says, then I will not be prosperous. You cannot have prosperity if you don't do it. So for all of us who love God, we know we are blessed. Do what it says. That's what he's saying. Do what the law of God says. So you got to meditate and you're going to have to do it. And then it says this. It says that the blessed person who will prosper, will bring forth his or her fruit in his or her season. His or her fruit in his or her season. And basically your fruit will continue to come forth over and over and over again. What's your fruit? In the first commandment, it says, be fruitful, multiply, have dominion. Be fruitful, multiply, not have dominion first, subdue, replenish, and have dominion. That's what the word of God says in the first commandment. That's the first thing he said to Adam. And if that's the first thing that he said to Adam, then that's the first thing we should understand about God and what God expects from us. And in the Psalm, it says that the person that's blessed will bring forth his or her fruit in his or her season, and their leaf will not wither. It says their tree will be planted by rivers of water, streams of water. You will constantly bring forth what it is that you were created or who you were created to be. See, guys, prosperity is not so hard. Like I'm coming into this mindset. It's a mindset. I'm coming into this mindset. Prosperity is not so hard. It's not just chasing down the bag. It's not just chasing down the money and and the things. It's about the fruit that comes from our life. See, you were blessed the moment God created you. So, because on the sixth day when God created man, and at the end of the sixth day, he said it was good. He blessed you. And if God blessed us, and he said in this Psalms that we will bring forth our fruit in our season, and your tree, your leaf will not wither. Who here doesn't want prosperity in 2023? Or who would like to have prosperity? More prosperity than you've ever had in 2023. It says that when you're prosperous, last thing here, whatever you put your hand to do will prosper. Think about that. Think about that. Elon Musk is blessed, guys. Elon Musk is blessed. Whatever he puts his hand to do is prospering. Is he preaching the good news of God? No. But he's blessed. He's prosperous. He's going through some stuff right now with Twitter trying to clean it up, but his hand is blessed. He's going to clean that company up. And it's going to be more prosperous than it was when he came in. Whatever your hand decides to do will prosper, is what the word says. However, we have to do what it says. We can't hang around with the wrong people who are not thinking prosperously. We can't do it. We must meditate on the word of God day and night so that our fruit will bear fruit over and over and over again, and experience that blessing, that prosperity that God says that we would have. So go back and study Psalms 1. Psalms 1 is a beautiful way to to live our life. Also Joshua 1:8, because it goes in detail on the three things you must do in order to be prosperous and be a good success. And if prosperity in 2023 is your goal, then I believe that it can be yours. Just like I'm moving towards it, because God is great. God is awesome. I will see you on the other side, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. The other side is coming real soon. A prosperous life in 2023. How about it? Read the word of God, meditate on it day and night, and do what it says. God bless, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.